Everyone's talking about the Revolve influencer lawsuit right now, but there are actually a few lawsuits against major brands and influencers for allegedly failing to disclose partnerships properly. You haven't heard, a proposed class action lawsuit was filed against Revolve and 3 named influencers alleging violations of the FTC Act and various state consumer protection laws. Similar lawsuits have already been filed this year against brands including Celsius, Shein, and Aloe, and I suspect this is just the beginning. And the allegations in these complaints are very similar, but I'm going to focus on the Revolve complaint because it was the one that was most recently filed. The complaint alleges that Revolve paid thousands of influencers with everything from cash to free product to lavish trips in order to advertise for the company without providing proper disclosures. And the big allegation is that they were doing this to be able to justify charging higher prices for their products. The lead plaintiff in the case claims that they wouldn't have purchased products from Revolve at the prices that they did if they had known that influencers were being paid to promote those products. In other words, the lack of a disclosure helped to almost artificially inflate the perceived value of Revolve's products. Now, it will be interesting to see how these cases move forward. Most litigation settles, so we don't know what's going to happen here, but I want to talk about what this means for creators. It is incredibly important to be providing proper disclosures whenever you're endorsing a brand that you have a material connection to. And I'm not going to go into detail about what a proper disclosure looks like. You could head to the FTC's website to see that. But there is one issue that I see very, very frequently, and that's creators burying their disclosures, hiding them down at the bottom of the caption. Guys, you can't be doing that. That's something that these lawsuits call out specifically because it shows that you know you need to make a disclosure, but you're not doing it clearly and conspicuously. It is also extremely important to be vetting the brands that you're working with. Are other creators that they're working with providing proper disclosures? Is the brand providing information about making a disclosure in your contract? They should. Regardless of the outcome of these cases, these influencers are now going to be tied to the cases that they're named in. And that's probably going to cause some reputational damage. It could affect other partnership opportunities. We know that the court of public opinion can be much more unforgiving compared to our legal system. And this doesn't even get into indemnification considerations. I don't know what any of the contracts between these brands and influencers look like. The question of who is liable for any damages, if it comes to that, that's another legal dispute that these creators might be finding themselves in. Ultimately, putting your business and your reputation at risk is not worth not disclosing a partnership. My name's Kate. I'm an attorney for creators. As always, nothing that I share today is legal advice. Everything is for informational and educational purposes only.